Boom. Hi.
Hello.
How's it going? We are here for another edition of Let's Go Watch a Movie and Talk About It Before We Go See It.
Yeah, we're going to go see The Machine.
The Machine. So what happened is, we just ate a bunch of food.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be burpy. So
I'm like
just
super like...
assume that that's what happens when the weird faces come out.
We watched half of the trailer as to not spoil it, because, trailers these days
So I did see the trailer already, but I forgot most of it, other than the fact that...
a bit ago.
Yeah.
But this one, like just now, we literally just watched it and hit record.
And then we're like, let's stop it halfway
I want to
through,
stop.
because we don't want to spoil it for ourselves.
Yeah. What will I expect?
What are you expecting? Yeah.
I expect it's going to be like... It'll be fun. He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be funny. I hope it's based on his stand-up material. I hope he was
I'm assuming he's
writer.
on the writing team.
Yes.
I'm assuming that. I mean, he's probably the main writer, hopefully. If not, that's...
I don't actually
Thanks a
know.
lot,
I've never watched his stand-up.
Yeah, I've seen little snippets, but I haven't, I forgot his name,
Bert
even.
Kreischer or something.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. That sounds about right, though.
Lots of people have, recommended me watch his stand-up. So I know he's popular right now, for sure.
Right. Which is a good thing. Good sign.
I literally don't know anything else about him.
We might be walking out of this being like, yeah.
Or,
you know what I mean?
I thought the Charlie Day movie would be fucking sweet. I did.
Yeah, you did, and so did I. So
actually, I didn't know. I don't know.
I just
nothing to go off
assumed
of.
because he was... That's not that movie, anyway.
Yeah.
So let's hope that he doesn't make similar
same
mistakes and blunders and bad
I hope this isn't some
choices.
Deep satire movie. I hope it's just a stupid comedy
I know, right?
that I can have fun with.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
So
I didn't even check how long it is.
So when you
idea.
sent me the trailer to watch to see if this is a movie we should watch,
correct.
As soon as I saw Mark Hamill at gunpoint having to smoke or snort
coke or something,
and he's all like, woohoo! I was like, oh, Mark Hamill, you devil. I love him so much, and to see him to actively choosing a role like that to participate in, I think that's a
hell yeah.
That's his fun side. He's quite the comedian himself. So I think that's kind of interesting to see the two pair up.
You know, I don't know, Pulp Fiction. The guy in the back, they accidentally pull the trigger, blows his head off.
Yes.
I suspect there's going to be a bunch of stuff like that, but in a comedy sense,
sure.
like shock comedy, unexpected. I suspect that.
Yep.
I don't even remember when I watched that trailer and I sent it to you last week or something.
It was a while ago.
And that was the vibe I got out of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I hope it's just more funny jokes and shit, because
maybe
I want to laugh.
And that's why we go.
Remember
to
when I showed up earlier today? I was like, I don't know. I kind of got a bad feeling about this movie. I was like,
his intuition his spidey sense is kind of going off right now. So I'm curious to see
maybe
if it pans out.
Maybe it's because I'm not. I don't know. I want to laugh, and I feel like a lot of stuff's gonna miss because I don't know this guy's routines.
Well, that's better than I think if you did know his routines, because I think then it's old hack and material you've already heard.
But maybe it's his personality that you're like, I love this guy because his personality. And now he's a movie star, or now he's an actor, so I'm not going to get the loosey-goosey stand-up comedian side of him.
Scripted and
correct. So maybe I'll I just have a weird feeling about this. Maybe I'm completely mistaken.
Is there a movie that you could think of that you kind of suspect this might be like? When I think of this movie, I think of a weird...
I think The Hangover.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, this is probably The Hangover or something, which are their respective
more
movies.
shock stuff is what I think.
Yeah, because there's an element of seriousness and danger.
Yeah, so it can't be just him having one-liners. It's going to be a bunch of shit, people mishandling grenades and Violent Night. I saw that a while back, last holiday.
Was that any good?
It was pretty good.
Okay.
It was exactly what you thought it'd be.
Okay.
So fine. Average.
So We don't normally pre-rate. We kind of did on the last couple.
I don't think I want to pre-rate.
It's not even possible because we have no reference point.
I have no context. Like I said, I don't know this guy very well.
Right.
People have recommended me watch his stuff. I haven't.
No.
Mostly because I'm like, I'm not interested in like following up
so much
hundreds more hours of someone else that I don't want to follow anyone else.
Let's just let it stand on its own legs and not require reference material and all that. And we're going back in raw dog.
We'll come back legit. We got the review for you. So
stick around and we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful day and we're watching movies and playing games again.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know what's wrong with us, but man, is it nice out. It's like, what is it? 85.
Yeah.
Woo! In Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay.
See ya. All right, we just got back from the machine. The machine. So the movie The Machine. You want to start? You start.
Sure. Bert
Kreischer.
Yes. Is that how you say?
I learned a lot about him from the opening 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it actually. Okay, are we in spoilers already?
Yeah, let's just give our takes.
Okay, so I liked the movie a lot, actually.
Oh,
I thought it was awesome. There was, I don't know. There was nothing about it that was like, oh, come on. I mean, I know you were kind of feeling like a little bit not, but it wasn't
to me.
It wasn't like the most amazing movie I ever saw, but it's definitely, it's worth a rewatch. I actually was laughing a lot and, all that. So I don't know. What did you think?
There was some positives.
You didn't like it, did you?
No, I didn't.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it at all.
No way! That's awesome. I like it.
I feel weird. I feel like it was a self-fulfilling prophecy because when I was talking to you at your house, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm going to like this. But I swear, I went into it with an open mind and I was like, okay. And I don't know, from the get-go, I just like, I don't like this guy.
What? He's awesome.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Really?
Really, dude, for real. I know this is like, everyone likes this guy.
I like him.
I don't know. I don't.
What is it that?
There was like so many things that I didn't like. I don't know. I think the acting overall in this movie was really good, except for him.
What do you mean?
I didn't like himself. I didn't like his acting.
I don't think he was acting. I think he was just being himself, and you just don't like him. But he's
in situations. He's acting. Like,
yeah,
oh my God, that's scary.
But he's not like trying to have a different path.
I wasn't buying it with that, dude. But whatever.
Sure.
To each their own.
No, that's fair. I'm curious.
I liked a lot of the supporting cast.
Yeah.
I didn't find hardly any of it funny. I got a bunch of like minor chuckles throughout the whole movie because Mark Hamill's pretty funny.
He hams it up. He knew what he was getting into.
It was just him like stating obvious things that was kind of funny.
I bet you when he read the script, he's like, oh yeah, that's my style.
But I don't feel like it was that funny, to be honest. So
I think it was, but this movie surprisingly turns out to be quite action-packed and gory.
I didn't actually like the action. I thought it was
awesome.
Super lame.
Really?
There's this Russian chick.
Oh,
she whoops ass.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Mwah.
She's very attractive, so it's like it was like John Wick with her. But him
not your
spinach,
typical
drinking to have
though.
spinach.
Just that strong badass.
It was like vodka was his spinach.
Yes,
and
that was the big theme. Like
and it was like I don't know.
So this is a story about the disconnect between a father and a son, and how like that can be mended, and like the life lessons that you learn along the way and all that stuff.
Sure.
So that's the core of it, and like has not a great relationship with his father, and then so it's turning out that it's affecting his family and all that. So that's like the crux. It's a kind of a weird, I won't say a family-based movie, but like the family values are there. It really has nothing to do with family that much.
The beginning is like his 16-year-old daughter, and she's clearly like 24.
Yeah.
Like I said to him, I was like, she gets older every time I see her in this movie.
And I made the comment, I'm getting older too. Like, it just like, stop doing that.
He said something about age. I'm like, oh, she's 40.
I know. It's fine. So should you get into spoil? Well, what would you rate this?
I'm sick of being this asshole. Honestly,
you gotta
I feel like
yourself.
every movie that I've seen lately,
that's the
I've just
movie.
been like, ugh, ew. Like a lot of these movies, like Mario and I don't know.
It's tough. I know it's tough.
As a movie, because how I do movies, how I rate them is like when I walk out of the theater, like how do I feel? Like what do I feel like? Like how does that make me feel?
Like what was the impact on me?
But as a movie, I'd say that's totally average. It's a totally average movie to me. I thought that it was dimly like that's what they were going for, but I felt like the set design was really shoddy. They didn't.
Really?
There was no good location. Most of it was on a stupid train and in apartment
cars. How crazy can that be?
I know, but like do something else. I don't know. It was
it's part of the story. I mean, I guess
it's part of the story, but the story is malleable.
They were in some ritzy places, and you're like, oh shit. I'm like, I don't know. I thought that was cool. Like some of the club
I thought it'd be a
scenes
shock comedy, and there was
there's
only like two things. There was the one part with the grossness. Really?
So your expectations were just not met.
No. Here's the thing: is if you watch that trailer, that's what you get. There was like 2 extra gross parts that.
There was one that we'll get into that in the spoilers,
that aren't in the fucking trailer, but. For the most part, that's it. The same level of comedy. I didn't find any of the shit that main dude was saying. I didn't find a fucking single line that I thought was like actually funny. I was like, really?
Here's the thing.
It's
a different kind of humor where it's not. It's funny, but it doesn't make you chuckle. It's more like I don't know how to explain it.
I feel like it's not
like,
funny.
oh god, because
it's not
humor
funny.
Is like too obvious, and then that's what you laugh because.
Like when she says, "Did I do that?" I was like, that was
awesome.
Pretty good, yeah. But no line, like I chuckle a little bit. Yeah. They weren't like gut busting, but not a single line he said. I was like thinking he was a comedian.
I think this movie is almost a little more serious than
way too serious.
It kind of is, and that's okay because like. As long as you have don't have the expectations that it's going to be mega funny, because it wasn't mega funny. It wasn't like, oh my god, it's so funny, but
it ruined all the seriousness. To me, it ruined all this. If you're going to be serious, be serious. It ruined all the seriousness with
I don't think so.
Shitty like quips. Like they made light of like people getting murdered all the time. Like, yeah, right. They're not gonna. It was so dumb to me. Like, if you're gonna be serious, be serious. Yeah. I didn't like that. It was like they weren't picking a side.
It was refreshing that it wasn't all those typical things that you get out of a movie like that.
True.
I was like, oh, it's not trying to be something different or like something not different, but like something. It wasn't trying to check a lot of boxes. That's for sure.
I feel like it was. I felt like it was run-of-the-mill, paint-by-numbers movie.
I don't know.
1, 2, 3 acts. I don't know. If I hate to do it, but like how I feel about that movie, I didn't like it. I'd say 4.
You can go 4? Oh!
I think realistically, as a real critic, it's probably a 5. But I'm gonna give it a 4 because that's how I felt. I just felt it was honest to goodness. I was fucking bored.
Really?
I was bored. It felt really long. I don't know how long it is.
Dude, the pacing was good. There was always something interesting happening in every single scene.
It was 2 hours long.
Yeah. Was it really? Let's see. I didn't even.
It felt really long to me. So, like I said, it felt paint by numbers.
So if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 7.
Nice.
For me, it was entertaining.
That's a pretty big
that's
disparity.
a huge gap. I mean, it's not like quite D&D levels of awesome, but there was enough for me to chew on there that it just kept me like biting at the
Sure, chomping at the bit.
So like I thought for a comedian to jump into an acting role and just do what he did, I think he did a great job. All the acting is good. Let's talk about the soundtrack. The soundtrack was awesome. I actually did like it. They even played some Sublime in there and things like that.
Sure.
There was a lot of really neat transitions from the past to from the future to the past, whereas those were good, seamless. Like
I'll give you that.
The technique they did was.
But then they put shitty film grain on it, and it was annoying.
No, why? I thought it just made sense to me. It just was like, oh, that makes me feel like it's.
And then there was this is how paint by numbers I felt it was. They had to put in the 8 drugs, like no, I'm tripping moment. Like they do in every fucking movie. But it's every movie that's a R-rated comedy is gonna do that. And it was like, so
true.
it's just felt,
I disagree.
It felt shoehorned in to me. It felt like they're like, oh, we got this.
It's the Russian mob.
We
They're all
gotta check
doing
these
drugs.
boxes. Yeah, but pot brownies, come on.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Like he fought 20-year-old.
That was a 90s thing, man.
Like
Come on. I mean, people still do that now, but
I
like,
ate pot brownies in the 90s.
Yeah,
but
of course.
20-year-old pot brownies would probably not fucking do anything. Or they'd make you puke right away.
Or they have like so much, like...
They'd be decomposed. All the sugar. Yeah. There's no way he ate that.
The real problem is how would they go over that? They just like walled over it and didn't move the stack.
Right.
But anyway,
there's so many.
I give those little things a pass because it's.
I get it.
Like it's more.
You were tied in.
I was. Somehow
wasn't.
It got me, and like honestly, some of the scenes with Mark Hamill are just like
he's good.
He just is good. He's very good.
He was really fucking.
He kind of kept a lot. Yeah, he was, and
yeah.
I think that you know given the fact that he's been the Joker and all that other stuff, I think that he's definitely shown in the past that he can be goofy, like really zany and stuff. And he was in this. He was like sort of a loopy old man, but not quite loopy, and like So I think his relationship with his son in that and all that. I think the dynamic between the two was really great, and the dialogue. I thought that was. It was just like infighting within the family, and like, Dad, come on, and like that shit. And
I
whatever.
get it.
Like I don't know.
I have a son. I'm sure I'm probably the annoying old man to him too.
Well,
but
And
how about this? We'll transition right into spoilers.
Sure.
Spoiler.
There's a lot. So
not really. I feel like you watch that trailer. That's the movie. Boom.
Yeah,
they didn't leave shit out.
There's a couple scenes in there where you're like, oh,
everything in between that shit. Everything in between the parts that are shown in the trailer is boring to me.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like any. I didn't like them bickering,
all the talking.
The only cool thing was that Russian chick was awesome.
She was amazing.
And she saved me from being completely bored.
I can tell that was the only thing that you were getting a kick out of all the scenes she was in.
Because she's badass.
She kind of stole the show. Yeah, so she starts out as this villain who's trying to get a watch, and she tracks down the machine because she knows the story of how he ended up with this watch. And this watch is a family heirloom.
Still all in the trailer, go on.
Yeah, and whoever gets it out of the family is going to supposedly take over the Russian, that family of Russian mobs. So she's after it, but you don't find out till later that she has two brothers that are also after it, and that's kind of like the tension of the story. But in this film, she is terrifying and wonderful, and just like her skills and her ruthlessness and shit. She starts out as an enemy, and then like
they're high-fiving and telling jokes at the end.
Yeah, because they like get each other's back.
She's not in the trailer too much. And that's it.
Because she's kind of one of the main characters.
She's one of the driving forces the whole movie. Yeah.
And so like without her, there wouldn't be a story.
It becomes about her family instead of like this whole.
It's weird because you know, when we talk about a good strong villain and all that and being important, she is the villain in the beginning, and then it kind of flips, and then they join forces. And her brother
is the villain, and then he gets killed.
Yeah, but the other brother,
that's in the trailer.
Okay.
The triple shot thing.
Yeah, but you don't know that. Yeah.
I know, but that is. I know, but
it is. That part is.
Like, and everything was in the trailer. I don't know. I'm so sick of trailers spoiling everything. That's why I was like, we got halfway through.
You keep comparing it to that, and you shouldn't.
I know, but what I'm saying is, it's paint by numbers to me. The whole story was because I knew it exactly what was going to happen from watching the trailer.
Did you know it was a story about a watch for a mob thing? Does it say that?
Yeah, that's all in the beginning.
Oh, weird.
That's all in the trailer.
I don't remember.
The only thing I didn't know about is how much she would be in the movie.
Which is a lot, which is awesome, because she is like in all these crazy fight scenes, and she's just like, it's John Wick levels kind of am I wrong? I mean,
I already said like, John Wick.
Oh, you did.
So yeah,
it looked great. They were wide shots like we want.
I hate that close up.
Yeah, and there was none of that. The
camera shaking.
All of that was not there. It was just her beating the shit out of a bunch of dudes
shooting dudes
and you don't know like how good she is until like she snaps in this one scene.
This is how like cliche that movie is like but I'm saying not her, but they set up these bunch of guys to be the villains, and like what's his name, the Sponge man, he's like this big brute. He was intimidating, whatever, and then the brother, and then they have to set up where he drinks the spinach vodka, and then and then has the fucking the boss fight, of course.
It was awesome. What?
I just was like, it was so predictable.
I can't see where you're coming from at all.
I just couldn't take it.
I think you got a sour taste in
I think most
your
of it
mouth
stems because when he was telling stand-up in the beginning, it felt so forced, and I was like, this is this guy's routine, and I just...
Yeah, I will say this. In the beginning, his comic routine was like... I was not impressed by
And the
that.
part in the therapist stuff is like, fuck life. Like, all that. I was like, I don't like this character. I don't like... And then it's based on a real guy, so I was like, oh. And his stand-up was crappy. And it just got off to a bad foot, and it never won me back. That's what happened. It happened.
I think
to me.
You just fixated on some earlier shit. It did start out a little, like, kind of not great.
No,
I feel like you're right about that, like party and all that. Like some of the little things he says when he's walking through the party and talking to people, and they're all talking shit about him.
Yeah, like a couple things.
Like,
it was okay.
It's okay, but it didn't like have that pop like some movies do, where they come out swinging. Like that's my favorite. If you ever watch a lot of movies, most movies are really strong in the beginning, and then they fall apart in the middle, and then try to recover in the end. And
sure.
And that's how story writing is in general. It's really hard to keep
Honestly,
the middle afloat. This had a weak beginning.
I couldn't tell you where the strong part is.
Oh,
I don't feel like it was the end. That was just some,
I think the really strong part was when
murdered stuff.
When she started getting crazy. As soon as she snapped, and you find out that she's like this crazy, like assassin level.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, it's a fucking action movie. You don't know that until it starts to, because there's action, like a lot of it.
It wasn't that much.
There was
whining.
There's like a lot of one-on-one
That's
battles.
what I hate. I hate whining.
I hate you whining right now.
Him and his dad whined at each other like.
That's the nature of their relationship. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, that's, you know.
And it's based on true events.
I get it that you hate the characters because it's hard to like whiners.
I couldn't like grasp onto this character. And then I just, like I said, it never happened for me. So I'm sorry. I'm glad that I bet you if I would have watched this like with a couple beers, I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, maybe that's. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you had a couple beers.
Yeah, but they wore out before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Started, but like, so there's a few interesting like flashbacks, and the flashbacks are kind of neat. You get to see.
I like his young actor.
Yeah, he
way
was
better
awesome.
than I like his old himself.
He was just like this. Well, I wouldn't say like a bro, but he's a party.
Totally
he's a college party kind of guy. Yeah, and like because he's so wild. He finds himself hanging out with Russians on a train, and then they just love him because all he does is he quotes American things that they don't know what they're from.
Hasn't reached Russia yet.
Yeah, and so they think it's his personality, and it's like everything.
Here's how cliche this movie is.
It's 90s.
He runs into Igor in the woods after falling off a train.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's...
Come the fuck on.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
There's crickets right now. I'm like...
You ain't got shit. Back
that up. You're right. That's a little bit...
As soon as Igor, oh my god, bro!
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
Well, he's shooting at him. That was like he's a bear.
I was thinking the movie was like, okay, maybe we're gonna get some traction, and then it was like, bring. And then I felt like the rest of it was just like, paint by number shit, man, for real.
I don't know if it was.
Then they gotta go beat up the brother and fight, and then at the end because the boss fight.
That dude was terrifying too.
Vanilla Ice, like, Russian Vanilla Ice
was, and he was like,
he was badass,
super handsome,
super ripped. Had badass tattoos.
Fuck. They all have all of these.
Heart
all of these people have
these
crazy tattoos.
That was one cool thing about the movie.
It was neat.
Everyone had,
they were just,
even Russian chick had like really cool
just
neck
all over
tattoos
neck and fucking. Oh man, she's so awesome.
Of course, I told you she'd live.
I'm gonna look up. Yeah, I know. She gets capped twice in the chest, but she had like a bulletproof vest on or something.
Of course.
So that was kind of cool. We don't see that. Well, yeah, plot armor for real.
You knew it.
I thought she would be like all wounded and like.
You knew she couldn't die.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I
don't know. There's a scene on the train. Let's just get to it. Sherlock humor. It was comedy. This guy gets his throat slit, and then he punches him in the throat, and his fucking arm gets stuck in his throat.
Yeah, it's really kind of gross.
And then he gets his head knocked off out the window, and then he falls on him. He's juicing all over his face.
I actually like that scene.
It was funny. I didn't expect it. That was like the highlight, is because I was like, "Whoa, shit!"
That was one of the
I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah, that dude.
I don't know.
I thought
I hate to say boring, because if you really break down what happened, it wasn't that boring.
No.
Shouldn't have been, but I was bored.
The pacing was good. Like I said,
for
me, there was no moments of like, and anytime there's like dialogue, I was like, they're trying to resolve an issue. I don't know. And it was a lot of son talk. So
yeah, it's just whiny crap.
No, it wasn't.
To me.
No,
to me.
Like,
to each their own.
I think that like Mark Hamill played a good old fart.
He was good in that, yeah.
And then
I said there was strong
Bert
supporting
was like,
cast.
I thought he was genuine, and I think that maybe you don't see that, and that's fair. But like, I feel like that was what made me glom onto him, because he felt like a real person more than a lot of people act. You know what I mean? Dude. Like, so, and he was just, I don't know. I thought his acting was actually really good, to be honest. Because I don't think he was acting that much. I think he was just being himself. Because it's a story about, like, him. So, like, it wasn't too hard. I think that's
kind of, I don't know.
But that's my 2 cents on that.
No, that's good. But I'm glad, I don't know.
I think
for me,
that was worth it to see.
I'm an emotional moviegoer. Yeah. I don't just like break it down. That was systematically a great movie.
Well, you just were
I came
about
out of it
by numbers, like.
Yeah, but I'm saying I came out of it feeling like bored and.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
I feel like jazzed
bored.
Up
I didn't want to wait around for the credits.
Make some more videos. That's what I want to do.
Well, for sure. I'm just saying that movie bored me a little bit.
Okay, so
not super happy.
4, below average. Below average. This is a below average movie for you.
To me,
yeah.
I didn't like it.
For me, this is a much. This is a higher
7.
Than
awesome.
A 7. Yeah, I definitely.
I'm super glad that you gave it a 7 because I feel like
I did not like this at all.
I feel like
I really thought this was this is going to be good for his career. I think if enough people see it. I just don't know that I don't know how popular he really is.
There was some funny shit.
So like I don't know.
So I know the name Tom Segura is associated with this guy. That's all I know.
Okay.
So
I don't know who that is, or do
I think he's a stand-up comedian as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and we don't know. I guess we didn't really stick around to watch like all the credits. But
there was a middle end scene. I know we've been rambling for 20 minutes though. So
yeah, but just to see if he was actually the writer or one of the writers.
Oh yeah,
he had to be, I think, in order to get like events to be like comical enough.
It sucks that his 16-year-old daughter's been faking birthdays for 24 years.
That was a really poor choice.
She looked like
actress.
25.
Yeah, it was just like, you are not.
She had like bags under her eyes.
Yeah, I'm like, what's with the fucking crow's feet, man?
You could tell they caked on makeup
just
to try to hide it.
Shoveling in that.
No offense to the actress.
Crevice.
I'm sorry. No, I probably sound like a complete dick. But whatever,
man. That's our job.
It's just how I feel.
So
I don't know. I didn't
anyway, I'd say
it's
go
okay to
see
not
it.
like movies. Can I just tell you that?
Sure.
It's okay to not like movies. We don't all have to like the same things in this world.
That goes with everything, including
everything. Video games, cars, women, religion, whatever it is. We don't all have to like all the same shit.
We don't, but we do have to get along.
That's what makes us unique and fun and makes life entertaining.
Diversity is our superpower. So
I feel like it's a 4.
Stay yourself.
You liked it?
I did.
7? Hey, bravo.
Yep.
I actually hope he has a long, good career. I never wish ill on anyone. I just didn't particularly like it. Just like I hoped Charlie Day's movie would be good. Wasn't. He's a mall cop and he just blew that stop sign.
Yeah, he did.
What a dick face.
We caught that. We saw.
Whipped around the camera. Anyway. Yeah.
Until next time.
Agree to disagree.
Agree.
.com. No, I can't say that. I don't have to buy the website.
Oh, shit.
I think if you say
Should we do that?
No. All right.
Get out of the fuck.
See ya.